Hello, fellow politically salty citizens. Before I begin my little rant on the oh-so-lovely justice warriors, I feel that I should point out a couple of things. Firstly, I think context is very important when discussing anything societal or political, so here is my most recent political compass. As you can see, I'm a pretty liberal as well as economically left-wing. This may come as a surprise considering I'm about to debunk a group of liberals, however, I believe these warriors have given the left a bad name and image. So without further ado, here is why SJWs are far, far from liberal. Firstly, the concept of liberalism. If we take the dictionary definition of liberal, it is defined by willing to respect or accept behaviours or opinions different from one's own. So basically, each their own, live and let live, etc, etc. For example, freedom of speech and expression. You are free to express yourself, your opinions and ideas in whatever fashion you please, aside from violent protest. Hence why Antifa are actually quite fascist, but more about that another time. To put it back into its founding language, no man hath power over my rights and liberties, and I over no man's. The point that so many liberals seem to have forgotten completely. These days, many social justice warriors focus on pushing social reforms through anti-platforming. This is removing of a platform for people they deem as bigoted or racist or whatever phobic, therefore not allowing them to spread hateful or inflammatory speech. Let's take Germaine Greer, one of the most famous second-wave feminists and author of The Female Eunuch, whose ideas concerning women and their role in society are regarded as very progressive and empowering. Germaine has also been very vocal about not including trans women in the fight for women's rights, as they have been brought up male and will never actually be female.
We're not even allowed to refer to the fact that somebody is transgender. We've got to call these people women, and we've got to behave as if we cannot see that they are not as we are, when it's blindingly obvious. What actually happens is they keep saying that I'm not allowed to speak on any subject whatsoever. Because they're men and they think, well, they were men, and they think that they're important. It's what about me?
This was met with a huge backlash, including student unions calling for her speeches to be cancelled, in order to not give this old bigot a chance to spread her hateful and outdated message, thus hurting everyone's poor feelings. In fact, this is silencing a valuable and highly respected voice on a social matter that is naturally controversial and sensitive, so of course people will disagree. That's not liberal, that's authoritarian. Also, Ben Shapiro highlighted this point when he was shouted down by a group of students at a lecture he was giving in Wisconsin University.
Before we go any further, decency, decency. If you have a question, why don't you just ask it? I'm happy to talk with you, but this is nonsensical. This doesn't help.
And you just know that if it was a group of right-wing students shouting at a left-wing speaker, it would be met with a much bigger response from people and the media. But these SJWs are the woke ones here, clearly.
Great escape, lost track of time and space. She's a silver lining, climbing on my desire, and I go crazy.
As much as I hate to admit it, I was once one of these SJWs. But luckily, I was young and naive, so at least that was a passing phase before I saw the light. I hope that this video wasn't too long or boring. I'm just a girl making these in her spare time. Hopefully I can make more of these very soon. I have a lot of opinions that are spread across the political spectrum, so I think that will make for some interesting content. Let me know what you think.